Well, each May, we celebrate Older American Month. So today, we're going to be flipping the script on aging and embracing a new empowering narrative. Lifestyle expert Christina Daves, my favorite, is with us today. Good to see you, my friend.
You too.
Well, you know, I always think aging is something that is all in the mind. It's not necessarily always personified in the body. So let's talk about what the script that we need to switch.
Right. So you think about, especially women, for the last 20, 30 years, we've been taking care of everybody else, right? We've raised our kids, maybe we supported our husband, maybe we had a big corporate job. Now it's time for us. Now we get to do the things, and I'm finding as I talk to women on my podcast, it's the stuff that they're passionate about to make a difference in the world.
What makes a great start over story?
It's a lot of it is doing what you loved, and maybe it's finding something you loved when you were younger. Like, I just started freelance writing again.
Oh, really?
I'm in my late 50s. I did it in my 20s. I'm like, I love to tell stories, the podcast, and now I get to write again. And so maybe just finding that again. What was that you loved to do when you were younger? You put it aside, and now you got it back.
My goodness. What's a step that anyone can take if they are deciding, maybe they have that idea in the back of their head that they've been kind of putting on the back burner for a while, but now they want to activate it?
Yeah. Test it out a little bit, you know, check with family and friends. And now we have social media, which is so cool. You can take polls, and I just got really active on TikTok. Who knew? There's a big over 50 crowd on TikTok. I'm on TikTok.
I love
Christina Daves official.
Gotta do it, gotta do it. Now, when you're building out, and I think one of the things you just hit on was, how do you integrate new technology, especially when there's a digital divide, especially when it comes to age? So you're embracing TikTok. What are some other things that you're embracing right now?
Yeah, we have so many resources that, you know, we didn't have 20 years ago. You can build your own website very inexpensively. You know, GoDaddy, Wix, Squarespace, they're all there. If you want to sell a product, you've got Etsy, you've got Shopify. So there's so many resources. And one thing I'd really like to share with the audience is there's a resource all across the country called score.org.
Score.org, what is that?
So that's retired executives and higher management, people who were in corporate who now volunteer their time to help you. Like, I used it about 20 years ago. I am not good with finances with my business. And they built out a spreadsheet for me, like, to keep track of everything. And it's free, and they're all volunteers, and they can really help you with marketing, finance, funding, whatever it is you need in your business.
Now, what's the criteria for this? Do you have to have a business? Do you have to have an idea?
Actually, you might have to have a business plan.
Okay.
You do have to have something, but you can go, and it's incredible. It's such a great resource.
You know, one of the things I love about your podcast is that you talk to women over 50 often, and one of the things that you always push is the sharing of knowledge and how important that is. I think sometimes, especially younger folks, we kind of say, oh, they didn't do that. They didn't live the life that I lived. And there's so much knowledge within people who have seen it and done it before.
Right. And it's so great to be able to give that back. And again, somebody a little bit younger, but we have been there and we have gone through it. And yes, technology has changed, but we still have all this up here. Yeah.
What's your best advice for someone who might be thinking, okay, you know what? I'm aging, and I'm finally recognizing that I'm aging. I have to embrace it. What's the first step to embracing that?
Go for it. Just really go for it. If you had told me 10 years ago that I would be sitting with you every single month here on Good Day DC, I never would have believed it. Thank you. I love being here, but I started that in my 50s.
Wow.
Yes, I did.
You know, I think about someone like, you know, Morgan Freeman, who says he started his career in his 50s, and there's just this resurgence. I think Denzel Washington is a perfect example. He's almost having a resurgence again in his 70s.
And here's one of my favorite stories. Everyone knows KFC, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken, Colonel Sanders. How old do you think he was when he started that?
Well, he had gray hair. So I assume that he may have been in his Colonel. Are we talking about Colonel? Maybe what, 60?
He was 62 when he started.
Wow.
Yeah, and look what he built.
Such an inspiration.
Yeah.
So it's never too late.
Never too late.
My goodness, Christina Daves, I appreciate you. Any other advice you have for folks who are looking to transition?
You know, again, just if it's something you're really passionate about, we can change the world now. We have technology, we have the internet, we have so many resources. So if it's something you're really passionate about, whether it's a nonprofit, it's starting a business, this is our time to really make our impact in the world. Like I said, we raised our kids, we made our impact there, but now we can really make an impact on the world.
I love it. There's always a second, a third, and a fourth, and a fifth chapter, right?
Yeah, there sure is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Christina Daves, thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you want to learn more about her and go to her website, there's all the information there. Her podcast is so fantastic. If you're looking for some inspiration, some ideas, check her out.
Thanks.
All right, Marissa, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, you have to age gracefully. It's a